and welcome to Monday. It is already off to a great start. Things are a little different today. We have one of our drivers who's off today, and instead of Austin coming in to cover for him and Travis talked it out, and Travis had this plan. And so we're going to attempt to roll with just the two of them. So instead of 3 routes, 2 routes, both on big trucks, right? So, well, I thought it was both big trucks, but Travis says he thinks that one route will fit on the longer van. So he goes, and because of the way we load, right? We do the last drop gets put in first, and you work reverse, right? Makes sense. The closest one's on the tail end, and that's you work in. So he said, worst case scenario, if the last drop, the first drop doesn't fit, he goes, he can take that. He's got it all figured out. And I'm like, all right, dude, rock and roll. Let's do it. Let's see if this works. I love when the guys want to try new things, because that has been one of the most difficult things since I started working with them, is that they are all set in their ways. They talk about things they don't like, and then when we suggest something, they'll try it one time, and then things just slide back to the way they were. And then, weeks, months later, we're complaining about it again. So I'm excited when they actually are like, let's try something new. And I'm like, let's do it. I'm all for it. I'm all about new. All right, progress. So I have a moderate shop for Monday, thankfully, not a big one. Costco's a little on the heavier side. Depot's about the same. And then, of course, we have our Shamrock. So let's get to it. So I decided to take you along with me today with the shopping. Instead of doing a shopping montage, I figured I'd mic up and kind of chat with you as I shop, POV style with the Osmo Nano. And I didn't bring the monitor, stay lightweight. So hopefully everything works out. So it felt really good to go in my room this morning, get on the laptop. As silly as it sounds, because it's pretty much back the way it was, but I'm editing in there now instead of editing in the living room on the couch. Back then, when the room was like that, I was editing. I guess technically I had my iMac there, so I guess I was technically editing there. Overall, pretty good weekend. Got out of the house on Saturday, went and had lunch with Kate on Sunday, got to at least walk the farmer's market, get some Los Muertos salsa, restocked up on that. Tiff and I were on the same page with that, obviously, because she picked up some new chips. So, got chips and salsa in the hopper. Had some good food, grilled up that chicken, and got multiple meals waiting for me, which I'm very excited about. It's definitely easier shopping when I'm making a montage and I don't have to think about what I'm talking about. I think this is the reason why I opted for montages when shopping, because it doesn't require me to think. Just do. All right, I got the olive oil, got the bacon bits, 14-inch tortillas over there, black peppers over there. Let's go grab another cart and grab all the bread, since it's a lot and bread's loose. There's just not enough good enough boxes to put bread in. That's why we use our bell pepper boxes when we deliver the bread. Really enjoyed our bike ride. I had hinted to Tiffany that we were due for a bike ride. I forgot about this summer, taking the bikes down to the pool. But other than that, I was thinking like we hadn't ridden our bikes in, since probably like March, April, maybe. So that was nice. Plus, it got us down to a different part of the neighborhood that we don't normally walk to, because it's, miles and miles away. So that was also nice. And really just changing things up, doing new things, not always doing the same thing, and kind of getting a rut, Unless, of course, those things are awesome, which I'm a big fan of doing the same thing twice if it's awesome. Tiffany's the kind of person that usually is like, been there, done that. We already did it once, we don't need to do it again kind of thing. So we'll see. We'll see when the next time she wants to go for a bike ride. Next on the agenda is to go through those boxes of magic cards and figure out the inherent value. Like I said, I know for a fact I've got a couple cards in there worth like $100 each. Like 3 cards for sure worth like $100. So there's money there, just money sitting there. Like just those 3 cards alone, if I can get full value for those, which I know you can't because the card shops have to sell it for that value, so they have to pay you less. But still, if I know that I've got money sitting there, that's my chair, that's my couch. So that's the incentive to go and do it, is sell those cards, sell all those magic cards, take the money to buy furniture. All right, we're done with Costco. 2 carts only because of the bread, like literally a full cart of bread. And it's not all just buns like normal. We'll check out and head to Shamrock to get the ice cream. Got myself a little Costco snapback. Not bad. All I had to do is set up my membership for auto renewal, which is like, okay, whatever. You know, nice little work hat. Listening to Czarface. Well, I guess now it's been over a week, but when we were up at Flagstaff bringing Bryce back and I saw his poster on the wall, I was like, man, I haven't listened to Czarface in a while. So just pulled up Apple Music, went to his page and hit play, and just let it randomly select his songs. And I love that. I love that style of music, that style of hip hop. I don't know if that's East Coast hip hop or what like the subgenre of that is, but you know, MF Doom, Czarface, that style where they like use old like sitcom TV show or movie clips in the audio, and you know, it almost sounds like an old school radio announcer. I don't know, I love that style. Beatboxing, freaking just flowing, right? Rhymes are just like, I don't know, I love that style so much. Had a late delivery request come in. Normally this customer comes and picks up from us in the mornings, but he asked if he could get a delivery, and I said, well, technically it is a little late. We're already got our routes done, we're already starting to load trucks, orders been placed, you know, because Mondays are our pickup day. Like, it's like, hey, just get what we need, because Tuesday's our big delivery day. So the way my brother does it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we just pick up what we need, like, you know, oh, we needed a red potato, or we needed we were short 1 case of cilantro or whatever, you know, and he'll grab like just what we need for the day. And then tomorrow is when he places like, give me 4 cilantro, 10 cucumbers, 20 limes. Like, we get the big delivery because, there's minimums, right, for them to deliver. They needs to hit a certain dollar amount or whatever. So it's an every other day situation typically. A, we don't have a ton of room, and B, it allows us to, stay fresh and get updated prices. Sometimes the prices go in our favor and sometimes they don't, but that's at the moment how we do things. Until we can get more cooler space in whatever the next warehouse we move to, there's really not much we can do as far as ordering more at once. All that to be said, I told the guy, I said, we're actually have a free van today, so my dad or I will get it to you. It's only a couple miles down the road, so it's not that big of a deal. And I'm honestly trying to get more of this guy's business, so kind of like it's a good faith thing. But I did let him know 2 things. One, you really need to get your order in the night before, or at the very least, like 6 a.m. at the latest, because that's when we're doing our routes and everything, orders been placed. And I said, also, when you ask for prices, we assume you're picking up. So when I quote you a price, that's your pickup price. Delivery prices are a little more. So I kind of future reference that as well.
More freedom for people, but I could probably list for you a dozen different countries that have autocratic rulers right now.
Just about 4 o'clock, I'm home, and just kind of going through some emails, and I went to pull up my calendar to check something and realized I forgot to run payroll. And then I realized today's technically a bank holiday, so I was supposed to run payroll on Friday, which I hate. There's like, I just, it's one of those things where I just don't think about it. Payroll is ran on Mondays, but when there's like Labor Day, Memorial Day, and any other holidays that land on a Monday, I'm supposed to do it on Friday. And it's just like, the week's not even over yet. Like, how am I supposed to technically do payroll on Friday when we're open on Saturday? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm supposed to predict hours? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, doing payroll, and then honestly, like I said, just kind of like started trying to unwind, figure out what the rest of my evening looks like. Again, longer day, so I'm back home later than I'd like. So yeah, let me get this figured out, and then we'll figure out what's next. So I was getting ready to sit on the couch and watch some vlogs. In fact, I turned one on. I started, listening to it while I was getting things situated. And then I just happened to let the dog out, and I was like, oh, it's nice outside. I'll leave the screen door open. So I opened the glass door and closed the screen door. And as I let her back in, I was like, the weather's so good, nice outside. Like, it's perfect. It's like 74 degrees Fahrenheit. No wind. It's literally perfect. So I was like, once I grab my iPad, of course it's dead because I never use it. So I'm like, I'm out here with the laptop, headphones, and I'm just gonna sit out here and watch some vlogs. I got me some sparkling water, my feet up. The patio furniture is not very inviting. It's all burnt from the windows and stuff, and everything's always covered in dust out here. Like, it doesn't matter. I can blow it off, and 2 hours later be covered in dust. So it's just not very inviting to come out here and chill, right? Eventually we'll get some new patio furniture, but not a priority right now. So anyway, I just had that moment of like, I'm gonna enjoy my backyard, my back porch, and watch some vlogs. All right, we're in the kitchen working on dinner. Tiffany's got these jalapeno cheddar chicken, like burger patties. They're already charred grilled. So basically just heating them up, I guess, or cooking them more. I don't know. 8 minutes in the air fryer. And we're going to put them on some ciabatta rolls. Tiffany's making, this is like my favorite kind of salad, and Tiffany's all of a sudden fallen in love with it. So now she makes them all the time. Like, this is my favorite kind of lettuce. This is a Renaissance blend, but I love spring mix, Swiss chard, arugula. Like, that's always my favorite. Restaurants usually call it spring mix. Boom. That's what the chicken patties look like. All right, final results. Look at that. Guacamole, habanero honey mustard, roasted garlic paste. I put an extra slice of cheese on this one just to try something different. Put a couple little green onions and some of those little peppers on there. What are your thoughts?
It's really good.
Really good. So that's pretty much my Monday. Uneventful, chill, relaxed. I enjoyed my time on the back porch. I enjoyed my time in the kitchen with Tiffany and Sierra. Now that she's doing online schooling, she's around a lot more. We get to spend more time with her, so that's nice. And I have to say, catching up on vlogs and just consuming more content, specifically vlogs. That's pretty much all I'm watching these days. Every once in a while, I'll catch a camera review, some little thing, or there's one or two creators I watch every once in a while. It's like, tips and tricks and advice on stuff, and that's my mix for the most part. But watching vloggers, specifically, just for the most part, as I've said numerous times, I'm vlogging the way that I want to vlog. I create these videos the way that I want to create them. I pull my camera out and set up shots and document certain parts when I want to capture and document the certain parts. And I try to do it like all of that with a slight like veil of, I don't know, some way to keep it interesting, some way to keep it, I don't want to say entertaining. I don't think there's much I can do to make it entertaining, but interesting enough to capture your attention and A, make you want to watch as much as possible, and B, make you want to come back tomorrow for another one. So when I watch all these vlogs, I almost kind of take mental notes of what is it I like about this video? What is it I like about this creator? Yeah, I used to do that all the time, on YouTube as well as on Twitch, analyzing other creators. I've said this numerous times. I get inspired by consuming content. And so I had a couple of moments today where I kind of took some notes. I'm like, maybe I should tweak that. Maybe I should try that. Maybe I should change this. So it's refreshing. It's exciting. It makes me hone my skills and focus. So that's all I got to say about that. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. I hope you had a great day yourself. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I hope there's tacos. Always a big fan of that. But if not, it'll be okay. I'll survive. We'll see you tomorrow. Vlog on.